Hello everybody, welcome back to another stream. I hope you're all doing well and having a wonderful, beautiful, amazing day today, and welcome back to the neighborhood. I don't know why my hair was being crazy there and poking out from behind my headphones, but we're going to ignore that. Let me go ahead and turn on the lo-fi. I do have Spotify already pulled up, I just hadn't turned it on yet because I like to keep the starting soon screen music about the same, I'd say. Okay, oops, did not mean to close out of that, but it's fine. Let me know how the volume is once it starts up so I can adjust it if needed. I feel like that should be good, but again, let me know if I need to make any changes because I will. Unrelated, but I feel like I might need to get a new mouse soon, and I've been putting that off for forever because I like mine. I call it old trusty because I've had it since I started this channel, and I feel like I need a new one. And I say that because, excuse me, lately when I click on things, especially today, like it's not like a little light clicks. You know how sometimes on a computer, if you accidentally press like either of the mouse buttons a little bit too lightly, it may not register that you're trying to click something. It's not that. Like, I'm clicking with normal pressure that you need to use to be able for it to register, and it's not picking up right away sometimes that I'm clicking on things, and so I think it's finally just dying out on me. It's not like a battery powered one, it's a wired mouse, so I just think that it's old. It's been used excessively for a long time now. Oh, let me make sure that I say hello to you all, excuse me. Hello Zach, hello Allie, and hello Megs, welcome in. And yeah, for the poll, I didn't want to type out the full thing just because it's kind of lengthy, but I figured you guys would know what I meant if I put ACHHP. I have technically, actually no, I haven't like fully completed. I've done like the speed run version where it's like you unlock pretty much everything and you get the whole party scene on the beach. I've done that, but I haven't like fully completed it where you build a house for every single villager. It's not even building a house, it's decorating, but still. I finally don't have the snow anymore. I've always said this, I feel like the Animal Crossing snow is really pretty. It just lasts for way too long and then I get irritated. And it's funny because I think like last stream that I had, I bought this winter outfit and now I don't even really need it anymore. I think if anything, I could probably just like take off the hat and be good. Oh, Hannah, welcome in. Oh, I did want to update you guys. So I finally tried using both of my cassette players. I have a Kobe one that's meant to be like partly a radio, but also partly like the kind of cassette player where you plug in headphones and you can use that way to listen to it. There's not like a speaker, it's just headphones. That one works. I did need to get different wired earbuds for it though, because since the original packaging was from 2009, the earbuds were not that great of quality, but like the player itself functions. The other player that I have, which is a lot more modern, also works just fine. All of the tapes work. The only thing is one of them is slightly off, but like it's not totally ruined, but that's completely fair and I'm not even mad about it because a lot of them are from like the 70s or 80s. I think the newest one is technically from the 90s, which is also not new anymore, but you get the point. Like they've aged, so I expected at least one of them to be a little distorted. Overall though, like I'm excited anyways. I'm happy with it. I'll probably just use the slightly distorted one the least, that way I don't make it worse. I forgot that I changed to the pineapple hat. How is everybody though? How was your week? How was your weekend? I hope it was good. I know she wants me to use the amiibo scanner, but I can't be bothered right now. This I feel like is one of the prettiest beds I've seen in Animal Crossing. It seems kind of basic, but at the same time I feel like very elegant. It was good. I'm glad to hear that it was good. My lips still look a little pale. Hopefully that helps. Work is good. I'm glad to hear that it's been going good for everyone. I kind of was going a little slow this morning. Wait, hold on. What was... He said something about a farm. I'm gonna do that anyways because I like Boots and I feel like he's an underrated villager. But what I was gonna say is, at my house, morning started off a little chaotic because last night a raccoon got into our trash can that we keep outside. You're technically like for your house, at least in our area, you're not supposed to like, keep the trash can outside unless it's like tucked away and hidden really well, which it is, but a raccoon got into it anyways and ripped up a bunch of stuff that was in there and left the trash scattered all along the driveway. So that was lovely. He definitely is not going to get a beachside home just because I feel like he doesn't give me the vibes for needing that. He wants like a peaceful farming area, and I feel like it needs to be in the summer and have like a decent sized patch of grass. Maybe not like a huge one. A small or medium sized one would probably suffice. See what we have to work with here. I feel like that one's almost a little bit too barren though. I almost kind of like this one for the idea of it because you've got like a good sized patch of grass in front of and around the house and like a pretty little walkway in front of the staircase. Technically, you can change the staircase, so I'm not that concerned about what kind it is. I'm not really looking at that. I just want to see all the options first. Hello, Captain Price. Welcome in. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I'm doing better than I have been the past couple of days. I had a harder past couple of days, but I'm doing good now. Thank you for asking. I hope you're well. Not this one. I don't think the bamboo really fits him. This one's pretty too, but I feel like it doesn't really suit what he wants. That one gives too much of jungle vibes. The same one that Apple has, I feel like he would really enjoy this one too, and it would suit him. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one. I feel like that suits him. Hello, Towels. Welcome in. I know I asked earlier. I don't know if anybody answered, and if you did, then I didn't see it. But how's the volume for the music? Please tell me now so I can adjust it if needed, so I don't go the whole stream with it being super obnoxious or super quiet. You're making Swedish pancakes? What makes them different from other kinds of pancakes? I'm curious. And by the way, welcome in, Shiver. You guys like that candy Swedish fish? I don't like them. I've tried them multiple times and I don't like them. Maybe it's just I'm getting a bad kind or something. I don't know, but I feel like they're always too chewy. The weekend has been good. I've been playing lots of leaf green. Wait, what is that? You got me curious. I feel like Boots is one of those builders where it's like people don't necessarily hate him, but they don't love him either. Like I feel like he's neutral. I think what people seem to not like about him is his jester outfit, which I guess is understandable, but I feel like he's really sweet. I feel like he's a fun villager. Be sure to like the stream, guys. Thank you, I appreciate that. Liking the stream is completely free and it's a really easy way to support me. Thank you for being here, I appreciate you. I did want to also mention, I never did figure out how to do the shout out command thing, so it'll happen eventually, but I also feel like for right now we've been fine doing it manually, so it is what it is. You would really think that after all the time that I've done content creation for, that I would be more tech savvy than I am, but I'm just not. Look at his face. He's shook. I will say though, I am so glad that I'm getting the partition walls now because that's going to be really nice. They're flat like a crepe and cooked in butter. Ooh, I've had crepes before. They were good. I don't know if it's, I still don't know if it's Nutella or Nutella, but I had that with it in strawberry slices. That was amazing. It's been a really long time. Oh, you mean Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red. Okay, gotcha. I was like, huh? I saw something about that where people were like testing what the rules and like censorship was on it, and they were like deliberately putting like really vulgar or like some like vaguely inappropriate name to see what it would do, and then like you'd say like just pick a word in your head that's like not exactly family friendly, just pick a word, right? They would put that as their name, and it would be like, is your name Joseph or something, or is your name Jane? Like it would be like absolutely not, and it would not let them do that. I'm like weirdly paranoid. Did I mute Elgato? I did. Okay. Had to check. I know this is a required item, but I'm going to put that outside, and I'm also going to put this outside because I'd really prefer that. But trust that it will not get forgotten about. Actually, no, all of those are going to go outside. We're just going to make his house all pretty and fun and cozy. and the stuff that he actually wanted will go outside because I just cannot deal with that being inside. I don't like it. Can I also just add, I'm so glad that I'm gradually unlocking a bunch of other stuff to use, because I feel like when you first start out on Happy Home Paradise, it just, you're so limited at first. I don't like it. I will at least do this for him because I feel like this outdoorsy feel is clearly what he wants. Can't decide if I like the warmer or cool lighting. And also because the flooring is a dirt path, I'm not really gonna put a rug, so I feel like that's gonna look kind of weird. And he'll of course have outdoorsy furniture. I think what I want to do is make this left side his bedroom area and make this like a relaxing, more like living room style area. And I don't know what it'll be yet, but there'll be something on these walls to help fill up the space depending on what the other two sections look like whenever I'm done with them. You ever like repetitively feel like there's like an itch somewhere on your face and you go to like scratch it or see if there's a hair or something and nothing's there, it's just randomly itchy for no reason? I hate that. That's not an even amount of space, and that's going to really annoy me. I can't make this side even either, but it's fine. I think I'd rather have the living room area be more even, to be honest. I don't know which one I like better, the log bench or like the one that's like kind of cut in half. I feel like I like the more cut in half look. I can put the full log version outside somewhere if I want to. I just feel like this seems to suit him better. Use my chocolate and give it to your villagers to come to Happy Home Paradise. You buy that with the pokey that you get whenever you work, right? I think so. I'm trying to decide which small items suit his vibe the best. Because he's supposed to be like outdoorsy and like camping and whatnot. I think I'll give him like some apple jam. What else? See, this is outdoorsy, but it's more like in a tropical sense, and that's not what we want here. Do you ever catch yourself taking Animal Crossing just so seriously, and then you have to like take a step back for a moment and be like, why am I taking this so seriously? Because I just feel like I have one of those moments mentally. Like, I'm just being so serious about decorating, and for what? Is you bite with the pokey? Okay. Well, I'm thinking, what if, instead of having it face this way, what if I put the bench over here instead and just twisted the table a little bit so that way I wouldn't have to like rearrange the stuff on top, and then put a TV on the back wall so that way he can watch TV while he eats. I feel like that might be better. Let's see what that would look like. Oops. Because he can still get up and around either way. Actually, is the TV up too high? Let's put it down just a little bit. I think I like that better for now. I might change it in a little bit. Let's move on to the bedroom section. Which honestly, I might even make his bed just like a hammock. Or just the log garden lounge, honestly. We'll try a couple of different options. I'll try the camping cot too. I know the green is the standard, but I just wanted to see all the other options. sleeping bag I feel like is more like decor and not really, I mean, it's supposed to be a bed, but I feel like it's more like a decor option. Or actually, I'll use that, but I'll put it outside instead. You do? Okay. Thought so. There needs to be a lamp over here or something, because I don't like how dark the corner is. I thought I liked the yellow wood at first, but now I don't. I feel like it looks funny. All right, so I'm gonna put all these over here for a second, pick some lighting, and then I'll put them back and decide what looks the best. It's not even adding that much lighting. The fluorescent lights wouldn't even make that much sense in there. But then again, it is just a bedroom. It's not the outdoors part. Another thing about me with Happy Home Paradise, I don't know what my problem is, but every time I add lighting from above, I always have to make it like line up perfectly or I get really irritated by it. Does that all look like it lines up? I feel like it does. I think I'm gonna go with the log type of bed because I feel like that suits the other furniture and also just what he wants the best. What else would go in here? You know, it would make sense that he'd have something like this. Maybe that's something that can go on a shelf on this side, so that can go back here for now. I feel like we're kind of veering away from what I originally needed to be looking at. So we'll go back up here. It wasn't originally what he's going for, but I feel like this could maybe suit the vibe. I'll try the green versus the dark brown and see how I feel. As much as the green kind of blends into the wallpaper, I do feel like that looks kind of funny, so let's go to the dark brown. I feel like both blend in, but in completely different ways. I do have some of the ranch style furniture, but not all of it. I feel like he'd have like a little water cooler since he's farming and wanting to camp. Get a little fruit basket for up there. I feel like the bedroom corner is missing something. I just can't decide what it's missing yet. Oh, should I have chosen the ironwood low table? I feel like this might have looked better. Hold on. Let me move this stuff and see if that is a better fit. It might be. Oop, it's not pressed against the wall. Never mind, it can't be pressed against the wall. That kind of annoys me. But we'll try it anyways. You know, as much as I like the ranch furniture, I feel like even though that other table isn't fully touching the wall, I just feel like it makes more sense. So we will use that. Just so that it matches, wait, am I not able to put that on top of the table? Okay, well that's rude. I don't like that. That's really rude. I can't decide where I want to put this because I thought that I could put it on a table and it would be fine. But it looks just like kind of ugly being in a random spot. Now I feel like there needs to be something else. I'll get another table, put it back there. We'll put some kind of small objects on the tables and then something on the walls. Okay, well, this, I guess, works in place of what I originally wanted to have a fan in here for. But I still feel like there needs to be something else, too. I just don't know what yet. That one can go over there, and then what can go over here? We need like one more small object that fits. Part of me kind of likes the deer decoration, but I also don't because there's deer villagers. I feel like Animal Crossing, or not Animal Crossing, Nintendo does stuff like that on purpose. There's no way that's not intentional. Let's try like 2 of those. I'm not 100% certain if I want to keep it like that, but it's better than nothing. So I think I'm gonna keep it like that for now. Finish up putting stuff on the tables and then actually go outside because I need to use the furniture that he originally asked for. I feel like these would be cute. Then again, these walls are barren too. I just said I was gonna go outside and now I'm rethinking it. I keep changing my mind, but you know what? It's okay. I want to give him a good home. Wait, hold on. I forgot you can't hang stuff up on partition walls, can you? I forgot all about that. That's really irritating. That really annoys me, actually. So fun question for you guys. If you like were magically in charge of this, if there was like 1 to 2 things that you could change about Animal Crossing, like just things that annoy you that you could magically fix, what would you choose to fix? Like just things in your perspective that you find really annoying that you feel like deserve fixing. Let's see how this feels walking around like this. I feel like this suits what he needs, but we do still need to use that required furniture. Oh my gosh, I'm having that thingy where I just randomly keep getting itchy for no reason. It's irritating me. As for the outside of his house, I feel like a general cabin style would look good. For the wreath, I feel like a fruit wreath adds a nice pop of color. Imagine if you could like turn the houses so that way they could face certain directions. That'd be nice. Even better. I'm glad that I can make that green. Can I change the color of this one? Yes, I can. Even better. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave these a bit closer to his house just so that way it looks like he kind of used them recently. But not so far out that they're in the way. I feel like being close to the house like that is good. Actually, I've been trying to make some stuff green when I can just to kind of match his color. But I feel like since I had it be the summertime, it looks kind of funny. I feel like I might need to make them red again, or at least just some other colors so that way it stands out a little bit more. Let's see what that would look like. And it's funny, because that's the color they were to begin with anyways. Yeah, I'll do that just because it stands out better that way. I don't know where I want to put this yet, but I want to put it somewhere, so I'm just gonna have it out and about. I want to have it be red so that way it matches all the other tools and pieces of outdoor furniture that he has so far. I don't know what to do about the fabric color. You know, yeah, I need to go with the darker ones. I think all of those being close to his house makes sense. Watch me change my mind very quickly. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, a couple of wheat fields would probably be nice to spice it up a bit. But which one? I don't remember who it was, but I feel like I saw somebody at one point cover their island in wheat fields and almost nothing else. Don't even have a rhyme or reason for the placing. I'm just putting them in areas. I'm in one of those moods where it's like I have a general idea in my head of what furniture I want to use, but I'm having a really hard time deciding for certain where I want each of them to go. And I feel like that's what's making this so hard. Hear me out for a second. The holly bushes, yes, they're holly bushes, but at the same time, it kind of looks like tiny little berries. And I feel like that'd be cute to make it look like he's growing berries. I'm back at it again with changing up my ideas, but it's okay. That's the whole point of a game like this. Ooh, maybe if I face it this way, that'll look good. I like that better. We're getting somewhere. That one needs to be moved. So that way those can be closer together. Okay, well, I guess I can't change much of the coloring on that. I wanted the exterior to not be all silvery, so that way it matches everything else, and I feel like it's just sticking out in a way that I don't like. Hello, Sidef, welcome in. Is YouTube still glitchy for you guys, by the way? Because I know it's been having all kinds of problems. Like, not even just with my streams. Are you still experiencing issues in general on YouTube live streams? Because to some degree I am, but it's not, like, consistent. You know? Like, sometimes it stops and sometimes it starts up again. I feel like just the natural version of this is good. I'll put that like by his actual house. I think naturally, because he wants to go for a farming vibe, that it would make sense that he would have beehives. But where should I put them is the thing. Maybe like over here? Have like 3 of those for him to get to. This middle section right here is a little too empty though. It needs something. I just can't decide what it needs yet. I could always just spice it up with some flowers if I need to. I feel like that's always a good space filler when you don't know what else you want to do. If I do this, I don't know if I want the red one or the more brown, like natural one. We'll try the red and see how it feels. Already, I kind of feel like it's out of place. Never mind. That's an immediate no. That one fits in a little bit more. Okay. I have not, but I think I want to do that for Tuesday's stream. I feel like that'd be nice. Ooh, okay, so the actual crops area, perfect. I will organize a spot for that, but I'll put some fencing around it. I'll pick 3 of these, 3 carrots, and 3 potatoes. Oops, that is not 3. Actually, no, that is 3 potatoes. Never mind. I was gonna say, am I just not able to count anymore? I'm gonna relocate this and have it be over here instead, just so that way it takes up a little bit less space in the middle. And then this, so that way it's not as cluttered either, can go over here. Boots can go down here because he's in my way, respectfully. Hello, Mess, and hello, Nick. Welcome to the stream. We are almost done with Boots' house. Just give me a moment. I always forget that I have to go to a completely different tab to be able to use fencing. You know what's interesting is that there's like, I feel like 2 different browns. They call this natural, but that's like a light brown. Okay, never mind. Now you can't get to the outhouse, but it's fine. I will simply just move it. And let me see how that feels walking around. You can still get back here. This is fine. I feel like I like this. The only thing that I do want to change, if it lets me, I'm going to try it, is the pathing that's in front of the actual house. Okay, I think that's good. I just didn't like how it was brick leading up for the walkway. There's technically more of it and I can see. I just can't access it, so it's fine. We will just deal with it. Everything else down there and around it, I'm gonna leave there, but for his house area, I just didn't want the brick path being used. Normally I do the interiors, but I really like the outdoors for the pictures, so I'm gonna do the pictures outside. I did see the new marriage candidates. I talked about it a lot yesterday, so I'll try to make it super brief so I'm not repeating myself a ton. Sandy, I'm excited to see where that could go, especially because I don't think she's a hated character necessarily. I think that's wonderful. I do feel like Caroline would have made a little more sense, but I'm not mad about it whatsoever. As for Clint, I'm like very neutral on the matter. I'm hoping that the decision for him to be chosen was so that way it can develop his character more. I do wish that the wizard was chosen, but regardless, I don't hate it. I might go back at some point and do outdoor pictures instead of indoor pictures for some of the other houses, but for right now, I'm not super focused on that. And he'll give us more of a reason to visit the desert. Yeah, exactly. Like, aside from what's already technically there, I feel like it gives an increased incentive, especially just, even if there's not like a ton of people that want to romance her immediately, it just gives you another activity to do, which is nice. There's already stuff there, but like not as much as Pelican Town. He needs to get over Emily. I saw somebody saying, and I think this was actually through a TikTok that Ali sent me, but it was like somebody was saying something like they wanted to romance Clint and then on his birthday like break up with him and then go be with Emily or something adjacent to that. I might be forgetting part of it, but I think that was what it said. It made me laugh so hard. It made me laugh too. Did I get that right, by the way? Isn't that what it said? I was like half asleep when I saw that. Yeah, he's the toilet villager. I still don't understand that. Like, you can never have too many toilets when company's over. Yeah, you can, because like, let's say you have this really big party, okay? You have like 10 people. Even with that many people, there's no way all of them are gonna need to poop at the same time. I feel like having 2 to 3 toilets available is enough. People can also wait their turn. Like, you do not need endless toilets. I think I got really irritated with him at one point, and whenever I did a speed run, and I just made the entire outdoor area just a bunch of toilets. Yes, it is. Get with Clint, divorce him on his birthday, and then marry Emily the next year on his birthday. I really hope that that person records that, because I would happily, gleefully go back and watch another part to it. As funny as that is, though, I do really hope that having him dateable expands his character more. I feel like this is one of those themes that's generally pretty easy. Like, it's just peaceful and nature-y themed. Some themes are a lot more straightforward than others, I feel like. I feel like considering how naturey she wants it to be, it shouldn't be a beachy one. But it shouldn't be flat either like this. I wonder what the new farm type will be. I honestly have no idea. I feel like when you consider all the farms that we originally started out with, and then plus what we have now at this point with how long the game has existed for, I really can't think of anything else. So it's gotta be something like really niche and specific. I still don't even know if it's niche or if it's niche. I say niche. What do you guys say? I wonder that too. I forgot that a new farm type was happening. I forgot as well until that was said in chat. So thank you for the reminder. Then again, I feel like this would also work. That one's pretty. So is that one. This one in spring is really cute, but I don't know how I'd go about decorating this. I say it the same way you do. I feel like a lot of people do. What if I did this one in springtime and had a bunch of flowers on that upper area, and it's just kind of like a pretty scenic floral area for her to walk across, or not walk across, but like walk by. And then we have like basic nature furniture in front of the house. But then again, she's also a frog. What if she wants a little bit of water? I love that I overthink this so hard. Like, I have no business doing that, and yet I do it anyways. Like, it's not that deep. It's Animal Crossing, and yet I am just taking it so seriously. You say it the same way too? I feel like a lot of people say it that way. I kind of like this one too. See, this one doesn't already have trees with it. I like that it's surrounded by the water. I feel like Lily would really like that. But if I put standard trees, like not fruit trees, not cedar trees, like basic fruitless trees, will the leaves be cherry blossoms? You know what, I'm just gonna go for it, and then if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. I have a fun question to ask for a poll. Give me a second before it leaves my head, because I know I can be kind of forgetful. Almost done. All right, just checking for typos. Okay. So hypothetically, in the next Animal Crossing, if we had fruit bushes as like a type of plant that you could have, which type of berry out of those would you want to see the most? I know they're all berries and I could have put other ones, but I feel like if there were fruit bushes, they'd probably be berry based, realistically. All right, I know I start with the inside usually, but I need to see right away. Is it gonna let me add just straight up cherry blossom trees or no? It's looking like that's a no, but it's okay. I will deal with the outdoors later. That would be amazing. I would love that so much. I know I've ranted about this a million and one times, and I will happily say it again with conviction. I do not understand why they removed bananas. There's so many fruits that they removed from New Leaf that I could rant on and on about, but I feel like out of all of them, bananas make the least sense to remove. Like, why would you do that? I don't think I want to make it like a super long room, but I do feel like widening it a bit makes sense for her. Ooh, I feel like she'd like that. Or the mossy garden floor. I like the daisy meadow more though. I say as I immediately click on the glowing moss flooring. I'm just having a ball seeing what looks the best. Hello, Alan, welcome in. You see, I feel like this aligns with what she wants, but I just don't like the dark greens. Like, I feel like it needs to be brighter. To me, that is. That I can deal with a little bit more because I feel like that wallpaper brightens it up a little bit. And so does that lighting, but regardless, I didn't like the other wallpaper. We'll deal with this for now and see how I feel in a little bit because I could easily end up changing my mind. I feel like the bamboo furniture makes a lot of sense for her. Perfect. Alright, can we put small objects on the available shelves on there? No, we can't. Oh, wait, that's a chair. Of course it's not gonna work. What am I doing? Okay, yeah, this doesn't work at all, but I was gonna say. Running errands, leaving Dollar General, and heading towards Subway. I haven't had Subway in a long time. A while back, they had a temporary, like, limited edition hot honey, a pepperoni sub, and that was really good. In fact, speaking of that, I literally ate that whenever my sister was in labor. I know sometimes it can be deemed disrespectful to be eating in front of somebody who's in labor because they don't really let you eat in that time, but she let me. I asked first because I was trying to make sure that I wasn't being rude, and she didn't care. Oh, I forgot about the partition walls. Hold on. This already looks kind of wonky. Let me fix that. Normally I feel like I would make it more vertical, but I think I'm gonna make the TV area horizontal. What should I do for the table? Because that's not a table, that's a stool. I think sometimes you can use the stools as a side table, so I will put something on that just for the sake of having a side table. I'm not sure what yet. We'll use that. Okay, but again, what about the table? That's not exactly a table either, but we'll just see if it works. I don't know if I like it yet, but we'll see. Never mind, I forget that you can't put stuff on the partition walls, like on the wall. So I will all this over here instead and just flip the direction that I was gonna do it in, because otherwise it's not gonna work. This side is gonna have to be the bedroom area, so I will probably move this over here. Hello, Anthony, welcome in. There we go, that's gonna work, okay. Cool, cool. I might make that a more natural wood tone. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. Okay. Then again, that's gonna like get in the way of the TV screen. I'll still keep that, but not under the TV. What other like small outdoorsy things could go there? That's not outdoorsy, but I feel like it suits the vibe, so it's gonna go there. I like both of them being over here, and then I can put the bed against this wall. If that doesn't work, I can always change my mind. That's the beauty of this game. Internet is down. I'll be back when it comes back up, hopefully soon. No worries. I don't know if you heard that depending on how bad it is, but either way, you're good. I don't know what I want to do about the bed. Hold on. Thought I heard something. This will still work as a table, right? As a little side table, right? All right, cool. I know it's supposed to be a stool, but I feel like it looks kind of cute just chilling in the corner. I do feel like she needs some stuff on the walls though, but what could I use? Never mind, I have the answer to that. We'll do a bunch of terrariums. At least on that side. I don't want to do it too many times. What about the dried flower garland? What will that look like? I really, really wish we could put stuff on the walls for the partition walls. That would just be really helpful. I still don't get why we can't, because it's a type of wall. So why not? What's the logic in that, Nintendo? I feel like it kind of looks funny having that just by itself up there. I have all the things that she originally asked for, right? Okay, cool. Like having these on the sides of the TV kind of like acts like they're the TV's speakers. I think for now, all of this suffices and the other stuff can go outside. Yeah, I like this. I did forget to actually turn on the TV though, so hold on. I don't think the villagers can turn on themselves unless you turn on for them. Or maybe they can, but I don't think they can. Please be sure to like the live stream if you have not already. Liking the stream is completely free and it's a super easy way to support me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. That's not, I feel like that's still more like a green. I don't feel like that's cyan, but whatever. I really don't think that it is. Compare that to the roof. I feel like they look basically the same. I thought that cyan was like a little bit more of like bluish toned. To update you on the poll, it says 57% of you have chosen strawberry, 43% have chosen raspberry, and nobody has said blueberry or blackberry. Interesting. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and keep the natural ramp. Ooh, wait, that's pretty. Part of me kind of wants it to be nighttime for her so I can use a bunch of the glowing moss furniture, and I feel like that would look really cool. I see like the cliffs behind, so I thought that would work, but it's fine. And a couple of miscellaneous spots to put these. Only love for the red fruit. I'm gonna do a couple of other fruit questions, but I wanted to leave that one up there for a little bit. I personally, if like I could only choose one out of those. I mean, as much as like strawberries I feel like are the popular option, hear me out, but I feel like blackberries would be really cute, and I also feel like they'd be really versatile. I feel like, at least to me, strawberries are associated with really like cutesy type of themes, but there is nothing wrong with those. I'm just making a statement on my opinion. I just feel like blackberries would be the most versatile option. Or give us all 4. That would be even better, honestly. I don't know if this is gonna work out the way that I want it to visually, but I feel like staggering them leading up to the house looks kind of cool. I forgot, I haven't bought any other ones yet, so I don't have that many path options. It's so funny looking how you can just like grab the villagers and drag them across the map. I'm trying to put it in front of the thing, but it's not letting me. Why did it work for the other ones and not that one? I don't understand. I literally, hold on. What is going on? Am I just not seeing something here? Am I not understanding something? What is the deal? Because it worked with these two. I don't get it. It's not letting me center it, but it let me center it for the other ones. It's probably just something obvious and I'm not realizing it, but now I'm annoyed. You know, I guess that will have to suffice for now. Watch me end up changing my mind on it after all of that effort. Because I would. That is absolutely something that I would do. Hold on. I'll put it in a place where there's room in a second. I just need to adjust a few things. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Ooh, I think I like that even better, honestly. I like the pretty warm tones. Because I still kind of glow a little bit, but I feel like you can see more. I feel like I'm not even really putting a ton of actual, like, furniture out there. It's just nature themed stuff. But that is what she wanted. It's what she asked for. It's not like I'm doing anything wrong. I thought that you could do other colors for the leaf piles and not just the leaf campfire. Did I make that up? Because I feel like that was a thing at one point. Was it not? As for an outdoor sitting area, I feel like I've got pretty much everything that I want for this, except for a pretty sitting spot. Do I want to add the bamboo bench though, or do I want to try the swinging bench? I'm trying to make her sit on the bench. See, she likes it. All right, I know this is mostly just nature stuff, but it is what she wanted, and I just feel like it's fine. I did say I was going to do the outdoor pictures now, not the indoor pictures. Let me just go right back outside. For the next poll, it'll be a similar question. Almost done. Trying to think about what to put for the fourth option. All right, should pop up in just a second. Super similar question. If you could choose just one of those to have for the next Animal Crossing, which one would you choose? My hair keeps like wanting to stick out and then stick to other parts of my shirt. Well, it's a sweater technically, but whatever. Have you ever had your hair, like, it's not even like tangled necessarily, but it keeps wanting to like stick to other fibers of whatever top you're wearing? Because it keeps wanting to do that. And I'm like, can you not? I really like this sweater, but it's one of the ones that tends to like pill randomly for no reason, and it irritates me. Literally, I agree, Shiver. Like, why add the hat if there's no fruit for it? Another thing, I'm pointing at you with my lip balm. I feel like I vaguely remember if it was either New Leaf or City Folk, or it was both of them. I'm not 100% certain because it's been a while. But I feel like, and it might still be in New Horizons and I just haven't really seen it, because I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I'm not perfect and I can't be forgetful, but my point is there's furniture where it's like there's like a side table that looks like, either depending on which variant you have, either looks like a lime or an orange that's been like sliced in half. And I feel like if you have like the lime version, why not have limes in the game? We already have oranges. That's always been a thing. But you see what I mean? They make a lot of really random decisions with Animal Crossing, and a lot of the times they just don't make sense. Why is she saying, or why is there the option to take photos when I already took a photo? Did that not count? I didn't use the switch camera roll button. I used the plus button for it. My hair is always short, so I never have that problem. I have it a lot. All right, I just want to check how long I've been live for. Okay, cool. Before I go and buy other stuff, I want to buy out the furniture that's over here. I don't even know where I'm going to use the porcelain vase, but I just want it. I meant to do this the other day where I bought out some of the furniture that they had, and then I completely forgot, so that's on me. And then I will also buy some chocolate. Love how Concerned Ape said Stardew Valley is not at its ultimate form. I have said this before, and I will say it again. I am so grateful that he, one, clearly cares about the game and its fans, two, cares about it enough to continue updating it periodically. Given there can be large gaps in between updates, but he's also only one man. Like, there's only so much he can do at once by himself. He's got a personal life. I'm pretty sure he's married and or dating somebody. I can't remember which, but that's not really the public's business anyways. And then he's also still, like, working on Haunted Chocolatier. So, like, he's, like, trying to juggle consistent updates for Stardew Valley and also making progress on his other game. And there's only so much you can do in a day when you've got 2 different projects by yourself. No? I can't explain it, but I feel like if there was, like, a version of Barbies in Animal Crossing, Marcy would be one of them. Like, look at her. She would be a Barbie. Hello, Nuclear Seagull. Welcome in. So happy you changed the name from Sprout Valley to Stardew Valley. Speaking of that, I might be remembering wrong, so don't quote me on this, but I think another game dev ended up making a game that they called Sprout Valley since Concerned Ape never ended up using that name. Well, technically, he did use it very briefly, and then he changed it. But I think somebody else used that name since he didn't want it anymore. Isn't there a game called Sprout Valley on the Switch? I don't know if it's on Steam, but I feel like it's on Switch. It's important to distinguish from Marcy's idea that although she does want like a daycare type of vibe because she has a child, she doesn't want it to be super colorful, it seems. Like she wants it to be like calming, like soft, neutral colors, maybe some pastels, but not super bright things. I wouldn't want that either. Hypothetically speaking, if I had children, I would probably do that too. I wouldn't go full beige just because, you know, I do feel like children need colors as part of their development, but I wouldn't want tons of bright neons, so I feel like that would give me a headache to look at. I kind of want to go for this and then just put a bunch of flowers in the back and put like very basic furniture in the front. He could have said, no, you have to pay for all new and recent updates, but he decided not to. Yeah, exactly. Update you guys on the poll. I know I just put it up like a moment. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I just coughed right into the mic. I am so sorry. I know I don't have to apologize for coughing, but I feel bad whenever I accidentally do it so close to the mic that it picks it up. So that's my bad. Oopsies. Anyways, as I was saying, 25% of you said watermelons and 75% of you said pineapples. Nobody said limes or plums yet. And to be honest, I'm kind of surprised that pineapples is in the lead. I was predicting in my head that watermelons would be in the lead. feel like the room needs to be wider. You know, I just thought about, you know what game I haven't heard anybody talk about? Actually, 2 games I feel like I haven't heard people talk about in a while. Number 1 is Ooblets, and number 2 is Fae Farm. I feel like the white wooden flooring is better, and then I can add some rugs if I want to for an extra little bit of color. I think all of the necessities for what the daycare needs should go over here, and then this spot over here should be the sleeping area. I know she only has 1 child, but I feel like since she said daycare, that there should be more than 1 bed. Well, actually, hold on. Oh, I didn't even fully put that over there at first. That's a little bit better. Now it's like not as scrunched up. There, she can walk in between and get to each of them. There. I didn't know what direction I wanted them all to face at first, but I feel like this works. If you could make your own farming sim, what would it be like to stand out? That's a really good question, and I genuinely do not know how to answer that because I feel like there's so many farming sims and farm adjacent sims that it's really like painfully difficult now. I don't know why I went all the way over there. Oops. But I feel like it's really difficult now to really stand out anymore because there's just so many options. Well, I can't put that there. I kind of wanted the fan at first, but I'll do, let's try a milk glass lamp, see what that looks like. Are any of those not lined up? No, I think it's fine. I do kind of want to adjust the 2 on the left a little bit and move them just to the left just a tiny little bit more. But then again, that means this one isn't going to be fully lined up with all the beds, so maybe not. You have to get your farm before midnight or the zombies will attack you and you turn into one of them. And then maybe like you can get rid of like the zombie virus eventually, but there's like gotta be something really niche you have to do to unlock that and fix it. Like it's something you have to work towards and you stay like that until you fix it. Maybe like in the meantime, you could like customize what type of zombie look you have. But regardless, the zombie effect stays until you fix it. I think that'd be fun. even with these spaces between filled, you can still get to all the beds. Should I make them all yellow or should I have them all be like different colors? Making them different colors would be fun. Let's do that. And this, I'm not even gonna add a TV. I just want it to be like a cozy living room slash play area and feeding area. Actually, maybe the toys should be in this corner. Or, no, other way around, yeah. Visually, that makes a little bit more sense to me. 3 feeding spots there. I immediately feel the compulsion to put stuff on the walls before I finish the other areas, so we're gonna do that. Because you have to progress and befriend people who can help you. Like maybe there's some kind of like special doctor that's experienced it before, and he or she or they is the only one that knows how to fix it. And you have to like go out and maybe forage for stuff and give it to them so they can put together a medicine to help you. I'm trying to add different pops of color without making any of it too bright, because I just feel like she seems to really want the pastel vibes. I really wish whenever you put something up against the wall like that, it wouldn't have this weird gap, because that makes me irrationally angry. Why can't we just have them all do what they're supposed to do? That's really annoying to me. I'll put some kind of toy on top of each of those, but it's gonna have to be something different for each of them. The red version of the dolly, Always and Forever, reminds me of Ica Village. You make the game inclusive so anyone can play it and feel seen. I feel like you would make a good game dev. Something that I would do for my hypothetical game if I ever made one is, regardless of what it's about, when it comes to the character customization, I would sincerely try really hard to make sure that there's a variety of different hair textures available. And it's because I feel like that is something that gets often overlooked. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that, and then having a variety of skin tones is often overlooked, and it's a shame. It's kind of disappointing to see how often it happens. This one kind of reminds me of the Coraline house, just because of the pink. Oops, did not mean to do that. I feel bad that my internet is out. My dad is on the phone with the cable company trying to fix the situation. You're good. Hey, it happens. That is completely out of your control. Please don't feel bad. I'm not upset with you or anything. You're fine, I promise. I agree. I can't find my shade of tan. I have to go to a shade lighter or shade darker when I'm in between tan shade. I am so sorry. I know that's got to be really, really aggravating. And if for some reason I ever make my own game, I don't think that I will just because I don't know enough about how to do that. But if I did, I would make a priority out of having a variety of skin tones and hair textures. Because it is truly a shame how often that gets neglected. That is, it just really bothers me. I'm not going to be able to make that super perfect with how much each piece of furniture covers that rug, so we're just going to have to deal with it. I think it might be back. I'm going to change the sheets on my bed while I wait. If you want to maybe try closing out of the stream too and then rejoining it to see if that makes any difference. I mean, it might not, but it's worth trying. I've added everything that she wanted, right? I didn't add these. I want to add some mobiles. I really wish I could add them on the partition wall, but it's not going to let me. That's super annoying. I like what I put in here, though. I feel like this is cute. For the wreath? I think just like a, it's not even a wreath, but I feel like the timber door plate is pretty cute. Is it true that older Animal Crossing games had no skin tone options at all? It is unfortunately true, but it is worth noting that after Nintendo received a lot of call-outs, they eventually added that. It should have been something that was there all along, but I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Unfortunately, they did not add that at first. But they got backlash about it over the years, and they said, okay, I hear you, and we will add that. The way that you would have to do it in New Leaf, I don't remember how it was done for some of the older games. It's been a little bit too long to remember. But I know that with New Leaf, you would, once you got Tortimer Island, you would go to Tortimer Island, and you would like leave your DS on with your character fully exposed in the daylight, and it would tan your character, and depending on how long you stood out there would dictate how dark your character's skin got. I hope I worded that efficiently. If I didn't, I'll just say it's really disappointing how it wasn't a deliberate choice you could make in earlier games. As much as I love Animal Crossing, it should not have been such a struggle, but they did listen after receiving said backlash and started to incorporate it. But the backlash shouldn't have had to happen, is my point. Yeah, exactly. Like, they made a really good choice with adding actual choices with New Horizons, and I hope that they continue to do that, because I'm sure people, myself included, are going to be beyond pissed if they take that out for the next game. I really don't know why they would, especially because they've made notable efforts in recent games to overall add better options and options at all, you know? I think it would be a step backwards for them to randomly take that out, and I'm sure people would just be really, really angry. Again, myself included. Like having all of those on the side with the plants up there looks really pretty. It's not even necessarily daycare vibes, I just thought it looked cute. As someone with curly hair, I want more curly hair options for my wavy 2C hair, or, excuse me, other curly hair types. That's another thing. I, again, hope that they keep the variety of skin tone options, maybe even add, like, at the very bare minimum, a handful more of them, just so that way people that maybe still couldn't find the exact one for Animal Crossing could have more options, and then more hair textures. And they better not make it a thing that you have to unlock. Like, that needs to be like a base game thing whenever you're making your character, whatever the new character making screen looks like. It should not be something that you have to unlock. The different hair textures need to happen right away. Because so many people do not get to like see themselves in games. Even if it's not just Animal Crossing, so many people do not get to see themselves in character creation. Or like, God forbid, if it's like locked behind unlocking something, like it makes me so angry for those people. That is something I could realistically rant about on and on and on. But I hope you get what I mean. I'm fully with you there, Sedef. Truly. I'm adding a bunch of these, but I'm going to change some of the colors. I want to be able to put it like that so that you can see the elephant slide shape, but then you can't even use the actual slide. Not that it's usable anyways, but I just feel like it feels silly if you can't see this, like, see the slide shape. People with skin types that have skin conditions are not seen or shown. You know what I would love them to include for the next Animal Crossing is an option for vitiligo. Because I feel like those people that have it very rarely get the option to have that as part of their avatar in any given video game. I know there's some out there that have it as an option, but it is so few and far between that it just makes me really upset on their behalf. It's back. Welcome back. And please don't stress over it too much. Like, that was completely out of your control. You're fine. I feel like this is cute, but I still kind of sort of want to add more flowers up here. Also, not enough games for people who are blind. There needs to be more games that they can play. Another really good point that I wholeheartedly agree with. I don't remember who posted about it. I'm kind of spacing, but somebody mentioned it in an Animal Crossing video that I was watching. Maybe it was even a stream again. I really don't remember, but somebody mentioned this and they were saying that they had a bit of an epiphany about how Animal Crossing New Horizons, when you really sit with it and think about it, is not set up in a way that blind people can play it. And it's truly a shame. It is worth mentioning that there are varying degrees of blindness that somebody can have, but regardless, it's not really set up in a way that's blind friendly, you know? By the way, if that is not the correct way to word that, where it's socially appropriate, somebody please let me know, because I'm not out here trying to be disrespectful. If I worded that in a way that was rude and I didn't know, please, 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 please tell me. Do not let me sit there and say that. I forgot. Can you ever use hybrids in Happy Home Paradise? Like, you have to just have made them first on your own island, or no? I took the time to get a shower. Now I'm changing the sheets on my bed. I feel like... Actually, before I say that, let me backtrack instead and say this. When you guys do laundry, do you use any sort of like scent beads added to your laundries? That way it smells better? Because I do. I love those. It's 2026. It's time for a more inclusive game. 100%. 100%. Absolutely. I completely agree. Yes, Leaf unlocks it for you eventually. Okay, gotcha. You have to complete the school and Leaf will teach a class. I do have the school. I don't think he's taught a class yet. Like, you get to see her ears from behind the house. I couldn't get a picture fast enough of that, so rip. I'm gonna add one last poll for the stream. Just checking for typos. Okay. Trying to think, what could I add for a a third and fourth option? At the very least, I want to add third. Okay, I don't know what to do for a fourth option, so I'm only gonna do 3, but I do want to mention for the hypothetical bat villagers, they would be nocturnal and you'd only be able to see them roaming at night. I personally would vote for the bats just because I feel like there's a lot of people that can't play during the day, and I know you can time travel, but not everybody likes to time travel a whole lot. So I feel like having that as an option for like night villagers would be cool. The dolphins would have to like be in the water, so you'd have to have some kind of mechanism, which technically we do. We have the swimming to get there, but there'd have to be some kind of system set up where their house is either underwater or on some kind of special plot of land. I don't know. I don't know how they'd even code that, but we're just using our imagination here. How did you feel when Isabel was first introduced in New Leaf for the first time? I was actually really, really excited about it just because she was such a big part of the new NPC setup. And I feel like sometimes whenever there's new NPCs, if they don't have a designated purpose or they don't appear a ton in the game, then it just feels almost kind of pointless. I don't know. I was personally really excited about it. By the way, if you've not already, please be sure to like the live stream. Liking the stream is completely free, and it's a really easy way to support me. Thank you for being here and for watching. I appreciate you. What was her job in New Leaf? She basically worked at the front desk in the town hall. Like if you wanted to change like, you know, your town tune or your town flag, you would talk to her. You'd also talk to her about your town rating. You could complain, I think, about certain villagers, kind of like how you can at the moment. And I think there was like 1 or 2 other things, but I can't remember. But it was interesting because she like, while she did work the front desk, she was also a secretary. Like you were the mayor of your town. And if you wanted to go and change certain things, you could either like talk to her at the counter, or you would go in the back part of the room and sit at your fancy little desk that they had for you. And Isabel would be like, oh, okay, the mayor needs help, and run back there. And then immediately be fully ready and committed to whatever it is that you wanted to ask about. It was really cool. Oh, one of the other things was ordinances. That was something. And to keep ordinances moving forward. I hope they do too, and I also hope that, I mean, I don't know what they would be yet, but it'd be kind of cool if they added like at least a couple of newer ones. Keep the old ones and add some newer ones. There is not enough time left in the stream to decorate another home, but I do want to go back to my island and do at least a little bit of cleanup, because if you weren't here for my trying to work towards 3 stars stream, I placed a bunch of miscellaneous furniture like everywhere to help get there. And I forgot about it until I booted up my game today, so I just would like to go and clean some of that up. But not before looking for a DIY recipe on the beach here. I just thought of that before leaving. And of course, it's something that I already know. Love that. I'm gonna take my character's hat off, because like, we're slowly coming out of winter, but I like the rest of the outfit. It's almost Animal Crossing's 25th birthday. Tell me why why the first thing that came to mind was that 24-25 meme from SpongeBob. So far, everybody's voted for dolphins. I put possums on there because I feel like I'm not somebody that does love them, but I do know that there's a lot of people that really like possums, so I figured that'd be a fun option. I'm just gonna do a little bit of island cleanup. Because this is not cute. Well, the fencing actually isn't that bad. It's just like the entryways are not fully lined up and it's bothering me. Maybe eventually I'll add some fencing back, just not right now. After you get 3 stars, our island looks like a 3-year-old leaving their toys everywhere. Truly. But you know what? In a game like Animal Crossing New Horizons, you do what you gotta do to get to 3 stars. What is she staring at? Look at Portia. I forgot that some of the furniture was just like a bunch of plush cats everywhere. Lolly probably walks past them and is like, hello? Didn't I add some over here too? Or did I only put flowers over here? Oh, do you guys want to see who my campsite builder is? I forgot that I have one today. And I forgot that I could technically pick up the outside of the house's furniture now. None of it is bad furniture necessarily. It just never fits the vibe of what I want to do in the early games. The plush cats are the best item. I really like them. They're cute. I could easily have seen them being like an early game sort of deal. I forgot that I had that over there. I was like, what? Actually, let me go back around to where the campsite was. I'm gonna go up here and grab that while I'm at it. That still looks so funny, just having a random bed by the waterfall on the edge of a cliff. True, I guess. I don't know where Rossetti is right now, but I'm already like midway of cleaning it up. All right, let's see who it is. Is her name Claudia? I feel like it is. Oh, it's Ursula. I was very off, but I thought it was Claudia for some reason. She looks so worried. She kind of does. technically got like, I forgot that it like cuts off my voice a little bit whenever I use a transition, so my bad. I was gonna say, I've got like 5 minutes left of the stream technically, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream. With that said, thank you so much for coming to my stream. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't already, I would greatly, tremendously appreciate it if you could. Don't mind me just plugging a few of my command links. All right. And I will see you guys on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Time for another live stream. Bye, everyone!